I'm not surprised, but I'm really saddened that the conversation about the purple DPs is becoming negative. Let's talk about what's really happening and why we need to stop this. Hi guys, I'm Lion, the voice of marketing and your friend in all things marketing, brand building, and sometimes pop culture. So I've been seeing a lot of discourse online about the purple DPs, right? People are very happy, first of all, that it's happening. A lot of people, there's a lot of positivity coming around this conversation, which is great because that's the point of social media activism, that we can have a conversation about the things that we're doing online. So there really is a deeper impact than what you're seeing. Social media activism is not fickle, it's not futile, it's not unnecessary. It really works. And it scares corporations and it scares the government and it impacts travel, it impacts tourism, it impacts the economy, it impacts everything. So never sleep on social media activism. It has a much greater footprint than doing things on the ground could ever. But what I'm also seeing, which I find really saddening, is that now a lot of men and people who are allies to men are coming out and saying, but why don't we have a march or a movement that also speaks about men and how men are also being unalived by their partners and the struggles that men go through? And, I was just like, really? Is this what we're talking about? Because, what I'm seeing in South Africa especially, I don't know about other countries, every time women stand up and do their own thing collectively, take time, invest money, put their jobs on the line, put everything on the line, men come and say, what about us? And the question is, what about you, right? You have agency as a collective, as men, to create forums, to create movements, to march for your own causes. But it doesn't make sense that every time women do something, you want to piggyback on what they are doing. Women for Change, this entire shutdown is about femicide and the rights of people in the LGBTQIA plus community as well. We don't have to be inclusive to everybody all the time because the challenges are different. So I think it's really unfair and incredibly entitled to say, what about men? What about men? What about men? Men have every single right in the world to create their own movements, to do it in their own time. But to piggyback off of things that women are doing says a lot about our culture, how men feel entitled to women's labor and how they feel entitled to everything that women are doing. Because left to their own devices, they don't do that for themselves. And I think the anger is completely misguided and misdirected because as men, there are men who have movements for men and they claim to be helping men go through mental illness, But when you look at it really and you dig deep, these men are just trying to make money off of something that they believe is a clickbait topic right now, which is the rights of men. A lot of the men who are supposed to be protecting other men, guiding other men, mentoring other men, fathering men, everything men, are not doing that for men. They are treating the men that they're supposed to be doing this for like women. They don't care about them. They don't actually give them the resources that are necessary for them. And they just use you as a tool for trending, for relevance, for many things. So perhaps the problem is that collectively as men, you guys have huge issues in your community that you need to deal with because there is no mentorship, there is no initiative, there isn't a lot of that. And the genuine mentorship community, blah, 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 that exists is so tiny that I don't even know. I can't even mention many movements. And I'm sure there are other guys in the comment section, I hope, who will mention those for the guys who feel like they are not heard, they've been left behind, But trying to be seen in a cause for women is not going to end well for you because we're not thinking about you. Right now, this is our cause, this is the plan. When there's another cause that is about men, we will also stand in solidarity as we have, as history has shown, how women, especially black women, stand in solidarity with men when they have causes that are worthy and valid despite the violence, etc., that we have experienced from you. So it's really unfair. And it's quite saddening, but it also shows how you lack any compassion towards the lives of the people who have gone at the hands of men. Please keep the issues separate. Both issues are valid, but you cannot try to make that the new agenda of this movement. This movement is not about that. Be an ally or simply go about your day and leave us alone.